everybody. My name is Hannah. I'm from Bedford, Massachusetts, and today I'll be presenting my project on machine learning-based heat risk estimation for outdoor sports. As we all know, it has been very hot in recent years. 2024 was the hottest year in history, with 2024 being the second hottest. And 2025 is said to likely be the third hottest. And due to these high temperatures, heat-related illnesses, or HRIs, are a critical threat for anyone outdoors. HRIs include heat cramps, heat exhaustion, and heat stroke. And heat cramps occur when your body overheats too much and it can't regulate its own temperature. Now in 2023, over 2,000 deaths attributed to HRIs were reported in the US. And a research study states that 10,000 deaths are attributed to HRIs annually. And especially for athletes in the summer months outdoors, HRIs are critical and very important. And this includes at least 77 HRI deaths since the 2000s. And among them, 84%, or 65 of them, are teenagers. And this is because younger generations are more vulnerable due to their higher metabolism. When assessing HRIs and the risk of them, wet bulb globe temperature, or WBGT, is often known to be effective and used often. WBGT takes into account the air temperature, humidity, solar radiation, and wind speed. And the WBGT is a numerical index that indicates the heat stress on the human body in direct sunlight. It's unique in that it takes these measurements in the direct sunlight, unlike heat index, which looks at the air temperature and humidity in the shade. And this isn't very realistic and helpful for athletes who are on courts or fields every day in the sun with no shade nearby. And because of its effectiveness, WBGT is recommended by athletic associations at all levels. Here is a common WBGT-based heat safety policy for high school athletes in the US. It is recommended by the National Federation of State High Schools Associations, in which most public high schools in the US belong to. Here you can see three different regional categories shown on this map here. Category 1 being the most northern states, Category 3 are the most southern states, and Category 2 are in between. These three categories have several color-based heat alert levels, with the green level being the safest and the black level being the riskiest. And each alert level has different WBGT thresholds for activity adjustments. So, for example, if you live in a Category 1 state and the WBGT is more than 86 degrees, then you should not do any outdoor activity or sports because it's just too dangerous. If the WBGT is between 84 and 86, then you should limit your workout or your sports practice to an hour with 20-minute breaks distributed throughout that hour. And as you can see, this particular heat policy uses different WBGT thresholds for different regional categories. So Category 3, the southern states have a higher WBGT threshold than the Category 1 states. And this is because the southern regions are more acclimated to heat than the northern regions. Now, the heat policies I just showed are very useful. However, they're not used commonly in high school sports. And that's because WBGT meters are expensive. To purchase a reliable one, it costs over $500. And so to address this issue, math models have been created and exist to estimate the heat risks based off of meteorological parameters. However, the parameters that are used in these models are not readily available for non-experts like athletes and coaches. Therefore, the objective of this project is to propose a method that can estimate the heat level with parameters, common parameters, meteorological parameters that are commonly available even for non-experts. This method uses supervised machine learning to learn the relationship between meteorological parameters and the heat alert level so that it can classify a given set of parameters to a particular alert level.